Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favourite mango from outer space. I hope you're all doing well today. Welcome to an episode of Budget Pickups, a show where I pick a commander and guide you through some great cards that you can buy on a budget to add to that commander's deck. In today's episode, I have chosen Kaalia of the Vast, an old school and very powerful commander who's been around for a while. She's still very fun and very popular thanks to her fun and pretty unique mechanic. Okay, let's get into the list. Sit back, relax and enjoy the show. I'm going to start off with showing you Kaalia of the Vast and reading the card text. Kaalia of the Vast, a legendary human cleric creature that costs 1 black, 1 white, 1 red and 1 colorless mana to cast. She has 2 power and 2 toughness, and she says the following. Flying. Whenever Kaalia of the Vast attacks an opponent, you may put an angel, demon or dragon creature card from your hand onto the battlefield tapped and attacking that opponent. So straight away, after reading Kaalia's card text, we pretty much know the route we want to take when building this deck. We want to have as many large angels, demons and or dragons in our decks as possible. You can either mix all 3 categories together, pick 2 or even pick 1 and go a tribal route, with Kaalia at the helm. Nevertheless, we want to take huge creatures of these types in our hands and deck so we can easily throw them into the battle by abusing Kaalia's ability whenever she attacks. Remember, they also come in tapped and attacking, so it's pretty amazing how aggro and strong this deck actually is. So that's the basics over with. Now let's get into the budget pickup guide. Let's start with the instant and sorcery spells. Despark. An instant spell that costs 1 black and 1 white mana to cast. It says the following. Exile target permanent with mana value 4 or greater. This is a very good and very versatile removal spell that can hit a heck of a lot of targets. We can use it to remove a large creature in the way of Kaalia, making it easier for her to attack, which we'll then be able to use her trigger with, or we can use it to remove any other pesky permanent on the board that has a CMC higher than 4. You can buy this card for around 35 cents. Boros Charm. An instant spell that costs 1 red and 1 white mana to cast. It says the following. Choose one. Boros Charm deals 4 damage to target player, or permanents you control gain indestructible until the end of turn, or target creature gains double strike until the end of turn. A lot of very good card text here. This is an amazing card with a large range of great versatility. You can do a lot with this card. I think the 2 key ones we like most for Kaalia decks are the indestructible one, meaning we can protect our creatures and commander that turn, and the double strike effect, which we can use to pump up a large creature to swing for lethal damage. You can buy this card for around $3. Relentless Assault. A sorcery spell that costs 2 red and 2 colorless mana to cast and says the following. Untap all creatures that attack this turn. After this main phase, there is an additional combat phase, followed by an additional main phase. This card is insanely powerful in a Kaalia deck. We get to attack twice with all our creatures, and this means we can double Kaalia's ability that turn, meaning we can throw in 2 huge creatures for free after she's attacked. It's a beautiful card that can clutch wins with ease. People hate seeing this card, trust me, it's very powerful. Obviously we like seeing it if we're casting it. You can buy this card for around $3. Terminate. An instant spell that costs 1 black and 1 red mana to cast. It says the following. Destroy target creature, it can't be regenerated. This is just a very good and very handy removal that is incredibly budget friendly. It performs very well. It's an overall solid card. You can't really go wrong running it. And you can buy this card for around 69 cents. 69, nice. Unburial Rites. A sorcery spell that costs 1 black and 4 colorless mana to cast. It says the following. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Flashback, 3 colorless and 1 white. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, then exile it. So this is a very good graveyard recursion card that can help bring back some of our largest creatures from the graveyard directly to the battlefield. Chances are in a Kaalia deck, we will have quite a few massive creatures in our graveyard, as our opponents will probably desperately try to remove them. So use something like Unburial Rites to bring them back. I mean, this card even has flashback. It's excellent. Very, very good card. And you can buy this card for a very good price of 35 cents. So, those are the instant sorceries I would recommend. Now, let's move on to the next stage of the video. let's discuss the creatures I recommend for a Kaalia of the Vast deck that you can buy on a budget. Steel Seraph, an artifact creature angel that costs 6 colorless mana to cast and says the following. Prototype, you may cast a spell with different mana cost, color and size. It keeps its abilities and types. 1 white, 3/3 flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains your choice of flying, vigilance or lifelink until the end of turn. So this is a good angel that Kaalia can throw in for free. It has the ability to give one creature we control at the beginning of our combat either flying, vigilance or lifelink. All three are very good choices that can deal with certain situations very well. You can buy this card with $2, around $2 anyway. Liesa, Forgotten Archangel. A legendary angel creature that costs 1 black, 2 white and 2 colorless mana to cast. She has 4 power and 5 toughness and says the following. Flying lifelink. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls will die, exile it instead. This creature is great. It has flying and lifelink, meaning we can use it to gain life pretty easily, as it has the flying for the evasiveness and the lifelink to gain us life. Furthermore, its effect is crazy good. Whenever one of our creatures dies, we get to return it to our hand at the beginning of the next end step, meaning we can then keep looping it in with Kaalia's ability, as long as Kaalia is on the battlefield, of course. Also, if a creature an opponent controls dies, it is exiled. This is superb. This is so good. I mean, if you've got creatures you don't want to be seeing again, exile them. They're gone for the game. You can buy this card for around $3. Isshin, 2 heavens as 1. A legendary human samurai that costs 1 black, 1 white and 1 red mana to cast. It has 3 power and 4 toughness, and it says the following. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. This card is bonkers with Kaalia's, as it will double her attacking trigger, so you'll be able to throw in 2 large creatures with however much CMC for free. It's very good, and in my opinion, you really need to be running this card in a Kaalia's deck, as it just offers so much for such a low mana cost. It's just free mana. It's really easy to get this thing out. You can buy this card for around 69 cents. 69. Nice. Bloodgift Demon. A demon creature that costs 2 black mana and 3 colorless mana to cast. It has 5 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, target player draws a card and loses 1 life. This creature has flying and a nice 5 power, which means we can do some nice chunks of damage each combat. Furthermore, we get to pick ourselves at the beginning of our upkeep and draw a card at the cost of 1 life, which is a very small amount to pay. It's an excellent card that can help us draw more cards, which in turn makes it easier to throw in more larger creatures for free with Kaalia. Excellent all-round card. You can buy this card for around $2.80. Nixilis, Unshackled. A legendary demon creature that costs 2 black and 4 colorless mana to cast. It has 4 power and 4 toughness and says the following. Flying Trample. Whenever an opponent searches their library, that player sacrifices a creature and loses 10 life. Whenever another creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on Nixilis Unshackled. So this creature is very good. Players are always searching their libraries in Commander, especially in the competitive formats. Even when they play things like lands, fetch lands for example, or search lands, Nixilis punishes every search effect very hard. 10 life is a heck of a lot of life if they choose to do it. To tutor, that is. They also lose a creature. Nixilis always gets buffed the longer the game goes on for. Whenever another creature dies, we put a 1/1 counter on Nixilis, which means it's just getting bigger and bigger. It's mad. He also has flying, so he can really help eat away our opponent's life totals with combat damage, and you can buy this card for around $2.40. So those are the creatures. Now, let's discuss the enchantments. Phyrexian Arena. An enchantment spell that costs 2 black and 1 colorless mana to cast. It says the following. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and lose 1 life. This card may shock you, as for a while now this card has been quite expensive to buy, way over $10. However, thanks to a recent reprint, the card is now budget friendly. Phyrexian Arena offers incredible card draw for a very low cost. It's definitely worth playing this card in any deck running black. So in Kaalia, it's amazing. And you can buy this card for around $3.20. Rampage of the Valkyries. An enchantment spell that costs 1 black, 1 white, and 3 colors mana to cast. It says the following. When Rampage and the Valkyries enters the battlefield, create a 4/4 white angel token with flying and vigilance. Whenever an angel you control dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. So this gives us a free angel that we can use to tackle our opponent's lives totals. Being a 4/4 flyer is pretty decent. Then we have that spicy effect that whenever one of our angels dies, each other player sacrifices a creature. This is very good, especially if you're running Kaalia as an angel tribal deck. You'll be rewarded highly with this enchantment card. You can buy this card for around $1.30. Kaya's Ghostform. An enchantment that costs 1 black mana to cast and says the following. Enchant creature or planeswalker you control. When an enchanted opponent dies or is put into exile, return that card to the battlefield under your control. So we use this to protect our commander Kaalia, making her live longer, which is always good. Can't really go wrong with this card. It's really cheap to cast and it's fantastic, offers amazing resilience. You can even enchant other creatures with this, ones that you want to keep on the board for longer. You can buy this card for around 80 cents. So that's the enchantments done. Now, let's talk about the artifacts. Quicksilver Amulet, an artifact spell that costs 4 colorless mana to cast and says the following. 4 and tap, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. This is amazing. It gives us another Kaalia effect. The more we can flood the board with fused creatures for cheaper cost, the more ahead we will be and able to close the game for a victory. Chances are in our hands we've got high CMC creature spells, so we can cheat them in even more ways. It's fantastic for a Kaalia of the Vast deck. You can buy this card for around $1.20. Swiftfoot Boots, an artifact equipment spell that costs 2 colors mana to cast and says the following. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste, equip 1. So you can't go wrong running this card. It offers a great way to keep your commander safe with that nice bit of hexproof. It also gives haste, which means that Kaalia can come in straight away swinging as soon as she enters if we equip it with this cool looking pair of shoes. You can buy this card for around 79 cents. Whispersilk Cloak, an artifact equipment spell that costs 3 colors mana to cast and says the following. Equipped creature is unblockable. Equipped creature has Shroud. Equip 2. Give this to Kaalia so we can give her protection with Shroud and also a safe way to attack as each turn without having to die, as she'll become unblockable. This makes it a heck of a lot easier to activate her ability. You can buy this card for around $3.50. Strionic Resonator, an artifact spell that costs 2 colors mana to cast and says the following. 2 and tap, copy target triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. This is bonkers. We can use it to copy Kaalia's trigger ability, meaning more big juicy spicy creatures for us for free, and yay, an all around all-star card. You can buy this card for around $3. Okie dokie, we have come to the end of my budget pickup guide for Kaalia of the Vast. I hope you enjoyed this list. Kaalia of the Vast looks really powerful and I'm excited to try the deck out as I'm in the process of making one right now. Please leave a comment on what you think of the cards I've chosen. It's always fun to chat with you in the comments. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. As always, thanks so much for watching everyone. Goodbye and take care.